Hello and welcome back to another episode of 100% Orange Juice. The date is August 6th, and there's some kind of Mary Poppo event going on here. So you see Mary Poppo replaces your main character on the lobby screen. You can see this kind of experience meter that gets filled up. But currently I don't have enough to fill up the entire bar. I've been experimenting to see how to get experience for the bar, and what I found out is essentially you just have to play as Mary Poppo in free play mode. This can be either single player or multiplayer. So that's what we're gonna do for the next episode or so until we fill up this bar. We're gonna be playing as Mary Poppo in free play mode against other people. Now before that, I'm gonna show you one little thing. So it doesn't matter what I'm picking here. I'm gonna show that if you do single player, then all the CPUs are going to be Mary Poppos with random colors, and that black dress Mary Poppo probably a reward from a random drop from playing as Mary Poppo. So we're just going to retire here. Gonna try to find a lobby that we can join. So, key thing is look for public. And really we just want to join some let's try to join Janae Jean 87. So we'll be playing against Kevin, Will, and Boomy, should they allow me to join. On Lagoon Flight. One of the two separated stages in the game. So we're gonna be playing as Mary Poppo, obviously, and it works out in our favor because he wants to play as Mary Poppo, and any randomized CPUs are gonna be Mary Poppos during the duration of this kind of event. So Will and Boomy have this. Actually, I think the black outfit is Kai's default outfit, but Boomy has this black QP skin. Rather slick looking, in my opinion. Definitely looks better on Kai, though. We're gonna be playing as Mary Poppo in an orange dress, and Kevin's gonna be Mark in her default outfit. Roll 3, and it's an ideal roll because we really want to stay behind Boomy. We don't want to fight QP. QP has better combat stats than us, with her neutral spread, where we have our negative ones all around. Excuse me for lack of commentary there. We're just gonna go on the star panel. Does put us in front of Boomy, but it can't be helped if we roll higher. So next turn we should be able to level up. Kevin is gonna fight Will here and gets the knockout. Actually, I'm wondering if I should be calling them by their usernames or by their character names. Well, in multiplayer, probably best to call them by their usernames. Only respectful to the player. So, Boomy's gonna fight us. I don't blame them. So we'll take 3 damage here and then deal 1 back. So what's probably gonna happen next turn is we're gonna level up here. And then go for the 30 star Roma, and then Boomy's gonna fight us on our lollipop and level up too. Ideally we would survive this attack so we wouldn't give up 2 free wins. Do you have an I'm on fire card you're contemplating using? Or maybe you want to use your hyper card to try to secure that 2 wins. Maybe just reading cards. I can wait. Well, you do only have 35 seconds left, but I can wait. So you are gonna use that hyper mode card, and we do manage to survive with 1 health. So unfortunately by using that hyper mode card, put you below the normal requirement. Although there's nothing stopping us from getting a KO next turn. Good news is that they won't be able to level up from that. We'll have to go back to our own lollipop before then. And that's a caveat of playing my Poppo, is that you're just gonna get KO'd a lot, especially on cramped stages like this. So go for that. We can actually survive this if we roll the evade. On the counterattack for 3 damage, but only 1 due to the defense roll. What can I do? I could roll a, I could use the dash card to try to escape. I could try to escape Boomy, but I would much rather just try to land on a neutral critter. I'm gonna go on the outer rim, because that'll make Boomy choose between going back to the lollipop or pursuing us. And also, it gave us a bonus star, so win-win essentially. So Will finally revives from the combat with Kevin. Kevin's actually at 4 wins. 1 more win would give them enough Norma for, give them enough wins for 3 Normas. So Boomy is gonna go pursue us. Smart choice. We had to go for the evade if we want to survive. Wasn't expecting to survive there. But I'm glad we got to revive instantly. Probably don't want to fight Boomy unless they have like 1 health. 3 is not an ideal trade. So Boomy's gonna go in front of us, which is what we want. And yeah, we'll be 1 tile behind them. Just gonna use this I'm on 5 to try to get the Seagull KO. And that actually mattered. The +1 attack, I mean. Because otherwise, that Seagull could have done a lot of damage to us, and then we'd be back to square 1, essentially. But with full health of Mary Poppo right now, we're in a pretty good position. No hyper cards right now, though. So long distance shot goes down from Will, targeting Kevin for 1 damage. We got a big Magnum from the Cherry. Can't really utilize it that well, but it might be useful to get like a snipe kill or something like that. We're gonna take this alternative path to get some stars. That'll also force Boomy to go the alternative path if they want to fight us. Kevin was contemplating what to discard there, since 3 is your hand size limit. Will landed on a bonus panel, getting some bonus stars. I wonder what Boomy is thinking of. Perhaps, do I want to pursue this Mary Poppo, or do I just want to continue going in this circle of infinite doom? What I'm hoping is that you roll 2 and you teleport to the north side of the map so I can farm uninterrupted. But that's just me. So a trap is placed down. I think you lost 10 stars there, but I wasn't really paying attention. Roll a 2, so we're going to continue to be able to stay behind Boomy, which is a huge boon for us. That wasn't really a pun, but I guess it kind of worked out to be one. Will warps to the south side of the map, so we'll be joining in the party here. And I completely welcome that, so we're just gonna pacify Boomy and go for the level up. Go for 70 more stars next. Bad news is Boomy can fight us and then level up using our lollipop, but better than not leveling up ourselves. Long distance shot goes down. Targets Boomy, surprisingly. I'm thinking Will wants to fight Boomy. Not the worst idea in the world, since now they only have 2 health compared to your 4 health, and you do have that +1 attack modifier. Although Boomy is gonna heal 1 if they choose to fight us here on our lollipop. So actually gonna try to Big Magnum her. And we'll go for the defend here, take 1 damage, and then counterattack for most likely a KO here. I bet she wasn't expecting that one. Even if we didn't get the KO, I wanted to lower our stars, so Boomy couldn't benefit that much from KOing us. So now we only have 1 health. So I'm assuming Big Rocket's gonna go down and KO us, which is perfectly fine. You can have your wins. It's fine because we're not gonna lose any stars. So Will is gonna warp back to their own side of the map. This leaves Boomy and myself 1v1ing yet again. Although with Boomy and ourselves back at full health, it's probably in their favor if we had prolonged combat. I'm sorry if I was quiet for the last 2 minutes. I didn't really notice that my mic was a bit farther than usual. Boomy is thinking of their move. Hey, unless you roll a 1, there's not much to think about. You fight me, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll defend this, take 3 damage, and then try to counterattack, but didn't really work out. So you're gonna fight the Seagull now, and kill the Seagull. Puts you at 4 wins. We're gonna roll a 5. I think we're gonna go for the hard draw. It's a Minu's Hammer, which doesn't really help us. Might as well discard the one we currently have in our hand to make them think that we drew something useful. Well, if you actually paid attention to those kind of details, but otherwise it's just wasted effort on our part. So you need to roll a 5 or 6 if you want to fight me, Boomy. You roll a 2. So you're gonna go for the intersection, but we roll a 1, so that's not gonna happen. So Kevin's gonna land on that bonus. And Will is gonna warp back to the south part of the map, and I very much welcome anyone here to contest Boomy, because I can't really do that myself. For reason being that I'm Mary Poppo, of course. Roll that 4. Since we rolled perfectly, we don't have to fight Boomy. Instead, we're just gonna gain that free 1 health. Kevin going for more bonus panels. If I were Kevin, I'd just run to my lollipop to reach that level 4. And, you do actually see Boomy landing on that piggy bank, so piggy banks are a factor in this game. Excuse me for the prolonged silence, I was just contemplating my move. I think I'm just gonna put down this Minu's Hammer. And, I'm actually gonna go for the warp then. Kevin... Being assaulted by Kevin is a lot better than being assaulted by both Boomy and Will. Downside is that we're not gonna be near our lollipop anytime soon, but that can be easily alleviated by just landing on other people's lollipops. Boomy's gonna use a gift exchange, and wouldn't really lose much from that. Instead, we gained Rainbow Colored Circle and Usabit, which are 2 very good defensive cards. So Boomy's gonna go fight Kai with that -2 defense, but Kai still opts to go for the evasion and counterattacks for 3 damage. We roll a 2 and draw Super All-Out mode. Probably not a card we're gonna use, unless, say, try to snipe a boss kill. Cloud of Seagulls actually hits us for 2 damage, which puts us at a health deficit, but as long as we don't get into combat, it's not that big of a deal. I don't believe there are any pudding cards in here. Pudding or dinner is what I usually put in when I'm playing as Mary Poppo, but since I presume these players are new, except for Boomy, because I remember seeing Boomy at level 17 during the loading screen. The Seagull takes out Boomy. Pretty good for us. If we used a here and there, we'd be 1 star short, even if we warped into an ideal position. So we're just gonna roll, and then we're gonna go with card draw, and then we'll discard. Immediate Hammer in super all-out mode. Kevin actually lands on the lollipop. Their home lollipop, but it was gonna happen eventually, so level 4 is achieved, and the boss is gonna spawn next turn. So as long as the boss is around, we're gonna be put in a pretty bad position. Will is gonna go for the boss. With that -2 defense, I'm not expecting Will to survive this. Yeah, not a chance. Boomy revives. I'm just trying to land on the... I'm gonna go with the warp then. And we warp back to our home lollipop. Now, unfortunately, there's some kind of trap on our lollipop, so the only way to find out what it is to step on it. Probably a heat 300%, or maybe a go away, if I had to guess. Have Boomy use Cloud of Seagulls and it hit themselves. It's bound to happen if you do it enough times. A 25% chance. Sometimes you do want to get hit by Cloud of Seagulls yourself if you're trying to purposely KO yourself to deny someone a KO on you. So Cloud of Seagulls can be used defensively in that aspect. Kai revives. Kai being Will. Probably, I'm gonna botch it a few times, saying the character name instead of the username. And, We Are Raruda is used by Boomy, which is actually a favor for us because now we don't have to deal with some kind of mysterious trap on our lollipop. But maybe they knew it was a piggy bank, so they used the We Are Raruda to deny us of that. But in the first place, why would you put it on my lollipop? Perhaps to make me think that it was some kind of deleterious trap. A lot of mind games when talking about traps. Most of them get overlooked though, because not everyone is thinking of min-maxing 100% orange juice. Can't believe we're not gonna level up this turn. That's a wasted turn if I had to say anything about it. At least we'll level up next turn. I don't foresee any way we don't. Like, literally, there's no way we don't level up this turn. Unless we choose not to. So, go for that, level up. Go for that 120 stars for our level 5 Norma. Which we should be able to get it next turn. Yeah. But, we'd have to roll a 6 to level up. Tall order, but we do have a Ubiquitous card. I would much rather save the Ubiquitous card, to do the Mary Poppo cheese. And what the Mary Poppo cheese is just that, you wait for someone to be, 1 or 2 tiles away from your lollipop. Use Ubiquitous when you're at level 5, and then just go on your lollipop with a win. So, unfortunately, we're gonna land on the boss, so I'm gonna try to use a bit to try to survive this, but it's not looking too good for us. And the Uzabit does allow us to survive with 1 health, so I'm hoping that Kevin has some kind of, like, Time 16 Big Rocket, or someone uses a long-distance shot on me. It's unfortunate that we'll probably have to use the Ubiquitous to get back to the 120 star threshold rather than using it for the win. So, Boomy does revive, so we're gonna have to take this alternate path. Yeah. It's fine with me. As long as we don't land on combat, I'm fine with it. And now everyone is chilling on the south part of the map, which I do not very much welcome. Since most likely we're gonna roll, and then we're gonna be sandwiched between. Now we got really lucky that we kept both our Here and There and Ubiquitous from that gift exchange, because those were the 2 key cards that we needed to survive the situation. So we're gonna use Here and There. Puts us in a much better position distance-wise. So As long as we don't land on a boss tile, we should be in a much better position. Will is using those protagonist privilege cards, but can't really capitalize on them unless you're fighting the boss. You can have at most 2 opportunities now. I would have saved it until the next turn when you had an actual chance to land on a boss tile. We do roll the 1, so goodbye our advantage. Even if we use the, even if we used our, well, we don't have the rainbow color circle anymore, but had we had it prior to the gift exchange, and we used it, we would have still gotten KO'd because evasion when tied with the attack value still doesn't work. So I'm hoping that Mark gets KO'd by the boss, which is likely if he goes for the evade, but if he goes for the defend, probably not. Because then that'll pull in the stars into the boss, and if we can cheese a boss kill, then we can get our bounty back. And surprisingly, Mark does evade. That rainbow-colored circle actually mattered there. So, Boomy is probably gonna spawn camp me here. But, the downside of that is you're gonna have to fight a boss if you want to fight me. Is it worth it? I mean, if you have a hyper mode card, then sure, go for it. Another protagonist privilege used. I think you still had 1 more turn on that, so it was probably wasted. But if you didn't, then it's still kind of a waste because you're not landing on combat panels anytime soon. This is an I'm on fire. That's an attack of 5. So we'll be taking 3 damage from that. Counter attacking 4. And most 3. If you defend. But you go for the evade, and actually evade the entire value. I'm thinking you wanted to go for the evade because, had you gone for the defend, then you probably wouldn't have survived the boss's attack. Land on a 1, which isn't that ideal. So Boomy can fight us on her home lollipop, but it runs the risk of getting herself KO'd. That's the last thing you want happening right now, because then I would take half her stars. You use a Saki Cookie, so you're probably gonna still go for the fight, aren't you? Yeah, I still go for the fight. Oh, and you roll perfectly, so... Not my day today. It's never my day in terms of these luck-based games. And now Kevin, most definitely gonna win in the next turn or 2. What I'm hoping at this point is just to revive and then have Kevin not win for a turn so we can use Ubiquitous to get some additional stars for experience. That's a defeatist mentality, but at this point, we can't really stop Kevin unless Will has like a here or there card. Do they have a here or there card? Well, that's the spectator leaving. And verdict is no, so Boomy doesn't have any cards in their hand, so... And I'm gonna spend my, spend this turn trying to revive, so it's more or less Kevin's win. At least we revived, so roll that 2, or at least roll less than a 5, please. Use a big rocket to knock out Will for those disrespect points. Certainly not necessary at this point, but I suppose if you want your cake and eat it too, then I'm gonna go for the Ubiquitous on Boomy, so then I can get the additional 50 stars for the rank bonus, I believe. There's no point stealing from Kevin, but then I gain 10 more stars. But I think the rank bonus is worth more, so I'm just gonna go for that. Oh, I didn't steal enough stars for the rank. How embarrassing. That's probably what I would have done. Anyway. I'm stealing from, I'm actually surprised that Boomy hasn't won yet. Excuse me, I'm surprised that Kevin hasn't won yet. I'm sorry, Boomy, from stealing from you, but, it was the ideal move. You have a chance to take the stars back if you have, like, a super all-out mode or something. You have a long-distance shot, so... Gonna use it on Kevin. I would've used it on, like, me, and then tried to, like, roll max value. Even though max value probably still wouldn't have taken in. I'm gonna give you a chance to get your stars back. I'm gonna lower my defense. What can we do? We can fight the seagull. Get some additional stars like that. But, it's Kevin's win now. They couldn't win. They couldn't not win. Even if they didn't want to, because they rolled the perfect amount. And you had the hand was, too big, so you couldn't win problem. But it wasn't, it's not really a problem, I guess. So, it doesn't really matter if we, win or lose. The important thing is, how we played as Mary Poppo. So, I'm gonna go back to this home screen and I'm gonna see how much progress we made. So I would guess, like, 2 more Mary Poppo games should do it, but, this video is long enough as it is, so, thanks for watching, hope to see you next time we're gonna grind more Mary Poppo games. Castella out.